I put Bronny and Bryce James in the 2023 NBA draft, and my goal is going to be to add them to the Los Angeles Lakers to play alongside LeBron James. I've made LeBron a couple years younger in hopes that he doesn't retire and stays a couple years to play with his sons. I also traded for a ton of draft picks, as it's going to take a lot to trade up in the draft to try and add Bronny and Bryce. Now, first of all, I was negotiating with New York. I needed that number one pick because Bryce was a highly ranked prospect, and I was able to make the trade happen. Bronny was ranked a little bit lower in the draft, so I was negotiating with Orlando to try and get the 11th overall pick so that we could land Bronny. And that was a much easier trade. We got it done. On draft night, I selected Bryce James first overall to join the Los Angeles Lakers. And at that 11th overall pick, I was shocked to see that Bronny James was already gone. So I had to make an emergency trade to make sure that we got him on the team. And I found him in the trade finder. He was with the Houston Rockets, and now he'll be a member of our roster. So going on to rookie signings, we've got Bronny and Bryce joining this team to play alongside LeBron James. But I needed to add some help, and we didn't have the cap space to make it happen, so I decided to try and trade Anthony Davis, and I was able to find the perfect trade. Tyrese Halliburton and Benedict Mathurin are both on cheap contracts, which allowed me to clear up cap space to try and sign a big-name free agent to play alongside LeBron and his sons. But nobody was really interested in my offers, so I decided to try and add some role players that would fit well alongside LeBron and his sons and would help us compete for a championship. The first guy I decided to sign was Christian Wood, but he had big offers from other teams, so I went after Andre Drummond, a former Lakers legend, and we were able to get him. Another former Laker legend, Kyle Kuzma, also was willing to join our roster. Then, late in free agency, Chris Middleton's offers had disappeared, and we were able to swoop in and sign him on the final day of free agency. Now our roster is looking really good. We've got a lot of depth, and I feel like we should have a real chance to compete for the NBA championship in this season with LeBron, Bronny, and Bryce. Heading on to the end of the year, we were kind of mid. We only won 45 games, but hopefully we'll be a good playoff team. LeBron was All-NBA second, and he's saying he wants to retire, so this might be our one chance to win a ring. Also, Drummond was All-Defensive first. He was a really good pickup. We finished as the 4th seed in the Western Conference, and as you can see, we had a balanced scoring attack, with 4 guys averaging over 14 points per game, and Bronny and Bryce were both over 10 a night. We've got the Phoenix Suns in the first round, and we take the first game along with the second. The Suns do take a couple games, but ultimately we get out of there in 6 to face Zion and the New Orleans Pelicans in round 2. We take the first game, but the Pelicans match that, and they end up winning the second. It's all tied up at 2 apiece, but then the Pelicans get a 3-2 lead. We're able to bounce back in game 6, and in game 7 we win by just 6 points behind LeBron James dropping 26. Bronny and Bryce did end up struggling, but it didn't matter. We're in the conference finals against OKC. It's a close series. We get off to a 3-2 lead and get out of there in 6. Now we have a classic Lakers-Celtics NBA Finals matchup with LeBron and Jason Tatum. In the first game, the Boston Celtics end up winning despite LeBron's triple-double. Bronny and Bryce end up struggling once again. In game 2, the Lakers bounce back and win, and they win game 3. We're up 3-1 in the series, and in game 5, we're able to win. We win the NBA championship as LeBron James leads the way, winning Finals MVP. Bronny and Bryce both had solid playoff runs, both averaging over 10 points per game. After winning a ring with his sons, LeBron decides to call it quits. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.